Good evening, everyone. Lori with Hardworking Mom here. And today we're going to be doing a St. Patrick's Day wreath. We haven't done one of this kind in a while, so I couldn't find a sign I like, so I just made one. Alright, and it says, Luck of the Irish. So the reason I made it is because I wanted to match these cute ribbons I found. You see those ribbons? Has little hats on it. So we have a hat inside our truck with the little clovers. And we have black and white because we have several black and white ribbons. So that's going to be our sign. And it's funny because my friends helped me design it earlier. Sometimes, you know, things don't come out exactly the way you have them pictured in your mind. So that's what happened. Alright, so let's look at our mesh. And I've cut the mesh, but I'll show you what I did. Let me just make sure everything is working. Alright. So the other night, we used this black and white mesh.
Hi there. I'm Lori with Hardworking Mom. Hello.
I never can remember to turn the sound off on that. It's kind of funny in a not so funny way. Hello. Alright, so we're going to use the rest of the black and white mesh from the other day because it will match our ribbons and it will match our sign. And then I have green with the white snowball, and I have some jute. So all three of these are kind of like leftovers. I love to do this because then you get to use your leftovers and you still have, you know, you didn't have to use the whole thing. The only one that wasn't really a leftover was the green. The jute was a leftover, the black and white was a leftover, and then I have some of the splatter mesh. So I cut these at 15 inches. All of these are cut at 15 inches. I cut 3 of each. I cut a total of 8 of each one. I'll probably have to, yes I am. I'm going to have to probably cut 2 more. So we'll do that real quick because I want 26. So I used up all of the black and white that I had. Alright, so let's get scrolling in here. Alright. So I cut 15 inches. So right there. And let's move this one out a little so I can get it. And right here. So right at 15 inches. So we probably don't need both of those, but I can use it on another project. Okay, so I'll just kind of set those aside for a minute. We have a 15-inch work wreath in green. It's actually lime green. And this is the thick tied kind. This is what I have. Alright. So I'm going to open the ties on the bottom because you don't want to try to put this in and open the ties at the same time, especially with this method. So we're doing the poof curl. I like to call it the poof curl. Some people call it the loop and curl. There's no right or wrong way. Whatever you like, it works. Okay, so I'm just going to separate them. And I'm going to do them right next to each other. So like, we'll do burlap, then we'll do green, then we'll do black and white, like that. And so what you do is you take your 15-inch piece and you curl it from the ends, like that. You can also cut them at 10 inches and at 12 inches. So the reason I did it at 15 is because this black and white has a tendency to shed a little bit more than these do. So I want to be able to have a little bit more of that one. So you just want about 3 or 4 inches in the curl. You're going to put it down, just one curl goes down in your base. You just tie it off one good time. Then you're going to do about 3 inches on the other side. Doesn't need to be a tight curl. Okay, make sure that this opening is towards the bottom because you're going to use that to make your little poof. So we do our other little curl, and then this is why you need that piece at the bottom. Then you're just going to kind of pull out the poof. You don't have to get the whole thing out, you just want to get a good amount. Okay, let's do the black and white next. Alright, so you don't want to do it too tight because then it's too hard to get the poof out. Alright, so we put 1 curl there, 1 curl here. Now we're going to reopen this one and put a curl down on top of it. So you're putting 1 curl on top of the other, and go ahead and pull this one out so it doesn't get stuck under that little poof there. Then we put this curl on this side. And then you pull out your poof. Always making sure that that one piece is in the middle. Okay? You just keep doing the same thing all the way around. Alright, so we take, I like to curl it from the ends. I find it easier to handle if I do that. If you'll hold on to one side, the other side is not going to come apart. It might be a little bit looser, but it's not going to hurt it. So place it down on top of that one you just finished. Pull it out. So see, I'm pulling it out so it doesn't get stuck under that poof. And then I'll just get the other side, you know, about 3 inches. Tie it down. And then pull out that poof. You see how 15 inches makes a very nice poof, and you have plenty of curl here. We're just going to keep doing this process all the way around. And of course I drop the stuff on the floor because that's what I do. Right? You can also use a chip clip, so if you go and do your curl, you can take the end that you're not working on and clip it so it doesn't come loose. Then take this end with your 3 inches, open it, put it right on top. Alright, then you can just grab this, put it down. Always remember to keep that opening down so you can pull out the poof. Hello. And always make sure you pull out that little curl so it's not buried. The nice thing about doing between 12 and 15 inches is you can tuck in the ends and you won't get that little bit of fray. You can stick with the same pattern or you can vary it. No rules. It's up to you what you want to do. So clip. And then take this. See how this one has a tendency to want to shred a little bit? So that's why I wanted to make it a little bit longer so then I don't have to worry about the ends sneaking out and putting little frays in there. Because that's very frustrating when it does that, right? Don't y'all hate that? I hate it. Okay. So pull it out like that. I like how it gets a nice little poof. I actually had the privilege of having a lesson from Sim's Pottery Designer on this. She's super sweet. And y'all, all she does is sit in a room and make these all day. I don't know how you would do that, but she does. She just sits in there and just makes these all day long. And this is all they do. All they do is this method. That's it. Nothing else. So, and they sell tons of them. we're going to put an extra layer on, and I will tell you, they don't. So you can't get away with not using an extra layer. They do it all the time. I'm going to clip those off. Alright, and we'll move on to the next batch. Okay. And if I'm not answering your question, it's because I can't really see without my glasses. I will do it at the end, I promise. Okay, so we just curl it, hold our 3-inch, open that tie, put it on top, making sure that bottom piece is under. So how are y'all doing today? Anything exciting going on in your worlds? There we go. So we'll pull it out like that. There we go. Alright, and then black and white. Okay. Alright. Have y'all ever done this method? It can seem intimidating, and the first time can be kind of frustrating, but stick with it. You will like it. If you have trouble, just make sure you're not cutting your pieces too small. Go with 12 or 15 inches if you're having trouble with it. And I wanted the lime green on this, and then we're going to put in a little bit of the dark green with our splatter mesh. Yeah. So then we'll have all the colors of green. Okay, so we're almost back around. So this next one will have to go on both sides because we got back to where we started. Alright, so you just pull out the poof. And this one will be, you can do whatever you want. You can do, like we could do a black and white. I think that's what we'll do. Let's do a black and white. So we'll do a black and white here. So that's one good thing about using 3. Okay. So I'll do this side, and then I have to open up and do this side. So each tie is going to have 2 curls in it, and in between each one is going to have a poof. Hence the poof curl. Okay, so I'll pull these out so they're not under my poof. It's been a while since I made one of these. I don't know why I get stuck in stuff sometimes. Alright, so we've got the bottom done. So we're going to open up the top. Okay. And remember, this is leftover mesh. So it's the ideal way to use your leftover mesh because you can get a whole nother wreath out of it. Okay, so, and you could use 2 colors, 3 colors, 4 colors. Alright, so then I just do the same thing up on the top. Based on how thick your mesh is, you'll have to do 2 rows on the top. Now if you use really nice mesh, you won't. It just depends on what you like. Right? Okay. I don't know what they're doing, but they are having fun. It cracks me up when they get all excited. Okay. So on the top, if you do 2 layers, you're going to end up with 4 curls in every tie. Right now, we're just going to have the 2. And then we can add in the other 2. There we go. Just like that. Okay. Whew. Y'all, it's hot in here. I gave one of my lights away because it made it so hot in here, and I thought maybe it would be cooler in here, but it's not. It's still hot. Oh, it's something about this room. It's like there's no ventilation or something. I don't know. That's okay. I can sweat off some pounds, that's for sure. Okay. So pull this one out. Alright. Start on the next one. So I usually cut 26 for this, but if your mesh is pretty thick, you could get away with 18. So 26 is if you have 2 layers on the top, because you have 8 and then you do another 8. Also, if you do it with the Dollar Tree frame, it's easier to get away with 2 layers. So just keep that in mind too. Okay, there we go. It's so funny to hear my child talk now because his voice is so different. Y'all, I'm knocking ribbons over. I'm gonna move them. Because I'll have them all over the floor and I won't be able to find them. Because that's what I do. Okay. There we go. I love this black and white. This is what I would see as more of a kind of neutral, masculine maybe, St. Patrick's Day. Which I like, because it's different. Don't feel like you can't do different colors just because it's St. Patrick's Day. Just do different shades of green with other colors. Okay, so we just keep going around, put them in. You see how it's starting to fill up now? Okay. There we go. What? You okay back there, Billy? Oh. I had to pull her chair out because she hangs off the end. I don't know what that is. I'm always afraid she's going to fall off. So. Alright, let's see, where am I? I need this. Okay. The only good thing about doing a pattern is you can tell where you left off. Oh, there we go. Alright. Alright, then we'll do the black and white there. So if you wanted to, you could finish right here and just have the 2 layers. And I'll show you what that looks like. This is really fun to do at for 4th of July, Independence Day, Memorial, and you can do, you know, red, white, and blue. It's great to do at Easter, and you can do all the pastel colors. So that's what it looks like with 2 layers. It covered pretty well, really. So we could get away with just doing 1, but we're not. We're gonna do 2. Alright, so we'll just pick a place to start. And we're going to go right on top of, like, this one. So I'll place it down. Okay. And I'm just going right on top of the one I just did. And what I end up doing, okay, is I kind of push this poof down, and then this one goes more towards the middle. You see how it ends up making like 3 little poofs like that. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so we just go to the next one. So see, you have a whole lot of curls in there. Just push that one down. Put this one on top. Pull it out. See, and then you get 3 distinct layers. You see? So it makes it much fuller. Okay. And I am going to go another green before I put a black and white because we are almost out of black and white. Okay. That was the one I had the least of. Okay. So just kind of pull it back. Open your tie, place it down, and then this poof goes more towards the center, like that. Okay, then we'll pop a black and white one in there. All right. So if you get stuck up here and you don't know where you were, you can always count how many curls are in your tie. And then you'll know where you left off. You can also count the poofs. So you'd have 3 poofs. Okay, there we go. All right, now we'll just finish out with the burlap and the green. We're almost done. Do you see how full it gets when you do 3 layers? It really covers up any place that you would have that would show the frame. That's what I like. Okay. Okay, so just pull that poof back. Alright, and then pull this poof out. Tighten it in. There we go. Alright, then we'll do green. Okay. Remember, we still have to put ribbons on, so it'll be nice and full. So we need one here. Okay. Okay. All right, and that's it. Yep, that's 26. So now we can put our ribbons on. You see how full that is? See, when you first started out, you think, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. But then when you get it all together, it looks really cool. All right, now we're going to put a little sparkle in with our ribbons. So let's see here. There it is. We're going to pull out our trusty bow Deborah. I don't think I have all these cut. Let's see. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need to cut one more. All right. Okay. So I just pull it out 10 inches. There. The great thing about this is it doesn't fray even a little. So you can cut it and then cut it in half, because that's what we're going to do. Cut it in half. Okay, there we go. All right. So let me show you the ribbons. I kind of fall over a little bit here. Okay. So we've got our hat. We've got the piano key with the little green checked one. And then we have our two hats together. One has black and white. Alright, so we're going to just take them, fold them in half, get our center, pinch, fold it over. Then we'll grab this. We probably don't even need the bow dabber actually. And then we're just going to go right up like that. Actually, let's go this way. Okay, so just take your ribbons, go at the end, and just curl it up like that. Ruffle it up. So we can put this in as one piece. Alright, so we're going to get a splash of dark green in here. Okay, so we just tie it on right on top. Pull this out. So this is sheer, so it's not going to cover anything we have, but it'll add that little bit of sparkle. Like that. And put this here. If you don't want to do that, then roll it up, ruffle it up in the center just like that. Place it in your bow dabber. Then grab your ribbons, fold them in half. Do your little curl. Grab it all as one piece. And then we'll just go to the next tie. Tie it in. If you'll do it this way, you'll save yourself a lot of time, because you really don't want to have to go in and out of ties too many times, because it takes a long time, and the more you mess with your mesh, the more it frays. So try to do everything kind of all at one time if you can, with the ribbons and your extra stuff. Okay. Alright, so we just take it, go right up the center, just like that. Go to the next one. See, now we're adding our dark green, along with some light green. And we're using leftover mesh, which is the best part. Okay. Alrighty. Just keep doing this over and over. And it's going to look pretty. Yep, all the ribbons are cut at 12 inches. Craft Outlet is carrying some of these now. So I would check there. I bet Deco Exchange could get some in. Because I know their wholesaler carries them. I have to ask them about it. I'm sure they could stock it. Or Trendy Tree, I could ask them too. There's Mama. She's been having little stomach issues, all that pain medicine, you know. Thank goodness she's pretty much off that now. Y'all, she's doing so good. She's walking everywhere. And she's almost self-sufficient now. Thank goodness, because when it first happened, she didn't think it would ever get better. I do too. I love Trendy Tree. I love Jeannie and Carrie. Okay. I'll ask them next time I talk to her if they could get some of this in. I'm sure they'd be happy to. One or the other. Okay. Here we go. Whew. All right, here we go. Y'all, my nephew's here too. We don't get to see him very often, so they're always excited when he's here. He does college online, so he's able to come some. Yep. So any of y'all going to the Sims Pottery Show in February in North Carolina? I'm excited. Several of us are going to meet up there together. It's going to be fun. Oh, and I'm dying to know how many of you live near me. Tell me if you live near Columbia, South Carolina. Because we're going to do that meet and greet, and I want to make sure you can come. We really want to get like a, like a Facebook group for the people who are local so we could chat and stuff. I wish you did too. Could too, I mean. To buy a kit, you just go to hardworkingmomstore.com and it's right under wreath kit. It's like right on that front little page that you land on. I'm going to send out the butterfly here very soon. The supplies are coming in, I think, Friday. So, we're going to get that one out. Alright, so we're going to start on the top. We're just going to do the same thing. I think I've figured out a B one. I just have to figure out the sign. But I found a really cool mesh that's yellow and black. So I'm excited. Alright, so I'm going to go up top. Same thing. Except up here, I will spread out my ribbons a little bit more because you have the ability to. That. There we we go. This is nice ribbon. This little hats one. I really like canvas ribbon because it just is so nice. It just curls nice. It's easy to handle. Okay. There we go. Okay. I like that. You're all in for the bee. I know, I'm excited too. I've got the mesh worked out. Now I just have to get the ribbon worked out and the sign worked out. I love bees. Bees are fun to do. Okay. You see how that little bit of green, it's kind of hard to see right now, but when you get up close, you can see that little sparkle of green. I had some black, but unfortunately I'm out because I was thinking, no, I'm going to put black with the little speckles. Nope, I don't have any. So, yes, that's right. Casey has seen the mesh. So she approved. We picked out the best one. We sure did. We picked out the best one. Okay. Look. Okay. Moving right along. It's going to be nice and full. I wish I could have found the one that we did the last wreath on, but I couldn't find it. At least not in a quantity that I would need. I was thinking about doing some kits with smaller quantities so that there would be always something in there. Because when they run out, then you have to wait a while for a new one to come out. So I was going to try to fix that. You know, in my spare time. Oh, the truck says, Luck of the Irish. Because I'm Irish. My maiden name is Riley. So. Which is now my middle name. Okay. See, that's it. I wanted it to match the ribbons that I found. So that's why I had the hat and the clovers with the black and white edge. Yep. Okay. We're almost done. Of course, we still have to do the sign and the bow. So, we're not completely done. See how nice that canvas is and how it just kind of curls like that? I love that. This one is canvas too, this one. This other one is not. It's kind of silky. It's not terrible, but it's not as nice as the canvas. There we go. There. Look how full this is. Yep, I love it. Look at that. Look how full. Now look at the sign. Oh, that's so cute. So this sign is in my shop. And let's poke some holes in it. And I'm almost out of the hole punchers, so I'll have to order some more. I may actually be out now. I need to order some more. Okay. So I'm just doing the corners. Okay. And then we will use the silver wire. So I cut about 20 inches or so. Can I explain the different mesh? Do you want me to talk about the different mesh that are in this one? Or do you want me to just talk about mesh in general? Yep, I'll tell you about these, okay? Let me get this done. If you'll stay to the end, I will explain these different mesh, okay? Alright. So I got my, see how nice and thin these are? It's very hard to see them. It's 26 gauge. You can get this stuff from Walmart where they have their little fake florals. Okay, so I just put it through the little hole and twist it on. I like this truck on here. It's very old-timey. Okay. Yeah, I know. I know that I figured that people would kind of look at what I was doing and thinking, what is she doing? But you got to trust me, it'll work out in the end. You also have to remember that when you're putting mesh on, that's just your base. That's just the base of what you're doing. You're going to add stuff onto that base. And what we really did is we used extra mesh to make our base so that it would be less expensive. Okay, let's make our bow. And then we will place our sign. See, I knew some of y'all were probably thinking, I don't know about this one. It's going to look funky. All right. So we have, isn't that cute? Look how cute that is. This has a pattern on it. So when we have a pattern, we do part of it by hand. Actually, let's start with this one. Yeah, let's start with this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna dovetail the end. I just fold it in half and cut towards the edge. Alright, so we'll do like a small tail. Maybe like 7 inches. So this is the Pro Bow, the hand 4-in-1. Doesn't matter which one you use, they're all the same, y'all. Okay. So if you're using the Bowdabra, same thing. If you're using the Easy Bow Maker, same thing. So I'm going to go out to the 6 inches. I'm going to twist in the center. Okay, out to the 6 inches, twist in the center. Alright, we're going to do 3 loops with this one. I love this piano tile stuff. And it's a pretty color of green. Katie would like this. It's green. Okay. So I'm just placing them on top to make sure they're the same size. Bye, Carol. Okay. Right on top. Okay. On the last one, you don't need to twist because you're just going to pull it out front for your tail. Then fold it over, cut towards yourself. It just gives it that nice finished look. Isn't that a pretty ribbon? All right, so we can go ahead and start moving this out. I just like to put them on top of each other while I'm making it so that I don't have to keep trying to measure out to 6. It's just easier. All right, so we got our base. Isn't that pretty? Look at that ribbon. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I like it. That's pretty. All right. Let's do, haha. We're going to do a 1.5 inch next because we can. All right, so place it in, twist in the center. We're going to go back out to the 6 again. So right there, twist. This one's pretty much the same on both sides, but I'm going to twist anyways. I'll make sure all my tails are out in the front. Okay. And you won't realize it, but even if you're using a bow maker, you're learning how to make a bow. It doesn't seem like it, but you are. All right, then we're going to come in with this one. All right, we're going to do our dovetail. Now we're going to do this part by hand. All right. So we're going to take and make our little tail. You know, our small little tail. And then we're going to take this, okay, and we're going to go to the 10. So from my thumb to the 10 mark. And I'm going to put that in my finger, and that is 5 inches. That's a 5-inch loop. So you can always do this. So come, measure out to the 10, and when you flip it over, it's a 5-inch loop. See? All right. So this is what we do. On the right side, you go underneath. So you just take it and pull under. Okay, match the other loop. And then you take this piece and you just shove it in your hand like that. No twisting, because we don't want our hats going all wonky. On the left side, you pull it over. Okay, just make sure they're the same and stick it in there. Then one more time, under. Okay, just place it in. Left side over. So all you're doing is going over, under, over, under. Okay? And that's all you're doing. And you're just placing them in next to each other. You're not stacking them on top. You're just putting them in. Okay, and then we'll take it, we'll place it down in our bow maker. Make sure all of our tails are coming out to the front. And then we can spread it out. So we did 3 5-inch loops. Okay, and we're going to finish off with this cute one. So we'll put that one on. This one also has a hat. So we'll do the same thing. Okay, put it in. We're going to go to 10. Place it under. We can go to 10 here. Okay. Go over. So that's all you're doing. Over, under, over, under. Okay. See, and I just have it inside my hand like that. We're just going to do 2 loops with this one. Like that. that. Okay, we'll trim this off. We're going to place it down. Make sure our tails are out front. Okay. And then we're going to come back in with this one for one little loop so we can have that center loop. Okay. Okay. So just in between these two. There we go. All right, trim it off. All right. Now we just gonna grab our zip tie. Now if you want to use wire or pipe cleaners, do whatever you feel you're comfortable with. I take it and I place it under the whole piece, so I'll actually pull it up, make sure I have it. All I have to do is get it started. Then I can pull it out so it won't fall apart. Because after you do all that work, you don't want it to fall apart. Alright, so we can see where it was in the bow maker. So I'll just slide it around, start to tighten it. And then I'm going to move everything gently and make sure I have it spread out so that when I do tighten it, everything will be in place and I won't have to fight with it. You can do this after, but if you do this, then you won't need a fluff box. Which, let's face it, I don't like that one. Let's see, do I have a green? Oh, I have white. Let's use white. Alright, so I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to run my pipe cleaner under it before I tighten it. I'm going to tighten it as tight as I can get it. If you do that, then you can pull on those ribbons and they're not going to come loose. Okay, so I just tie this off. And then we can start fluffing. Okay, so now since we tied it so tight, we can pull on these ribbons and really make them fluff up, because they'll want to lay flat. And we don't want that. We want nice and fluffy. And if you have, see how that gets little like stuck in there? If you will just kind of pull it back and forth, then you can fix that. See how that fixed that? Alright, so don't be afraid to kind of tug on them some. Okay. Well, Lord have mercy. Look at that. One of our loops came loose, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. You just pull it around back, open up your tie, tie it, and then you can pull it back. All fixed. Because it happens sometimes, it doesn't get in that zip tie. But it's easy to fix. You just tie it with your little pipe cleaner. No one will be the wiser. What are you doing, Bella? She's under my feet. Okay, so then we're gonna pull the ribbons down so we can get them to curl like this, our little tails, like that. And there we go. Got a nice little bow. Okay, let's get our bow on. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to tie it around where a tie is. I'm just tying it to the frame. So you can see right here, this is where I tied it. Well, let's see, where's the other piece? Hold on. Okay. Alright, so there. Now you can see I pull them both through and I just tie it Get it on there good, and then I will kind of tie it in addition around that frame. Alright, so we got our bow on there. Then you can kind of pull on it and get it where you want it to go. Once you get it in there, you can refluff it a little. Because every time you move it, it's gonna unfluff. Because that's what it does. There we go. Then we can take these ends and curl them. So just, you can curl with your finger. I like to do that. Like that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got 6 of the 1.5 inch, so I'm just curling them all up. Alright, so you can see what the bow looks like. Just kind of pull that out a little. There we go. Alright, so you can see what it looks like with the bow, and then we'll put the sign right here. So with the sign, there's a couple ways you can do it. So since I have one on each side, I can go around the 2 rows and just tie it underneath. So I'll just kind of slip it through this way, and then I'll tie them together on the bottom and then wrap it around the frame. Like this. Okay. Alright. Same thing here. So I'm just kind of sneaking it underneath. And then same thing on the top. And then instead of tying it individually, you're just tying it twice. So instead of tying it 4 times, you're tying it 2 times. Alright, so you see here, here's one. So there's the top, there's the bottom. And then I just find a place on the frame and I tie it around there and trim off the excess. Okay. Okay. Whoop. Alright. So see on this side, so here's the where they're tied together. So I'll come up here to the frame and I will tie it around the frame to keep it from coming off. Just secures it a little bit more. And there we go. Alright. Let me trim this off. Okay. Alright, we'll shake it. It's good. It's on there. And I'll make sure that I haven't squashed my ribbons. So I'll kind of pull those out. Okay. Alright. There's one. Okay. Awesome. And there it is. So you can see the sides. See? There's the front. You can see the sign now. See, it just says Luck of the Irish. So it has a truck, and inside the truck is a hat with, okay, let me see if I can get it. It has a hat with clovers in it. It's so hard to see because of the lights. The lights kind of shine on it. Alright, so somebody wanted to know about different mesh, right? Okay. So we had the black and white. That was close. So this black and white right here is just plain old deco mesh, okay? Alright, and then this green one is actually metallic mesh with a snowball line in it. So this little white part, this is snowball. So this makes this mesh more of a premium mesh, and it curls better, it poofs better. Okay, This is a jute mesh. So jute mesh is made with deco mesh and burlap. Okay, so it's made out of jute instead of the deco mesh, which is essentially like a plastic. So this has more like jute and burlap fibers in it, and this one doesn't. Bye, Anita. Does that help you? Alright, now let me see. Y'all, seriously, Bella is sitting in the floor right underneath my feet. You love the Lori shake? I have to do it. I have to make sure everything's on there well. Oh, Bella is in the floor. Bella, come on, baby. It's because her favorite blanket's in the floor. Come here. Hop up. Come on. Get up. Here we go. Okay, come on. Come on. There we go. Come on. All right, there she is. She was laying in the floor because her blanket had gotten pushed off in the floor. Hey, Sophia and Charlie. What in the world is down here? Whew. Awesome. Good night, Karen. So did that answer whoever's question it was about the mesh? Yeah. See, now you can see she's all settling in. Sweet puppy. Yep. So just remember, I have very few of these left. So if you want the butterfly, make sure you get it. Because I'll be sending them out probably Monday. And there probably won't be any left. So, yeah. And then I'll do the video on it. I usually do the video on it about a week after I send them out because I want to make sure everybody has them. Thank you. So this ribbon came from Sims Pottery, but I saw the same stuff at Carolina Pottery, which makes me think that for sure Trendy Tree should have it. The Wreath Shop should have it. Thank you. Okay, so this mesh here came from Trendy Tree. So they have a lot of these with the snow little detail in them. Yes, you can use one basic with two premiums. Absolutely, you sure can, Christina. Good night. Yep. So that's a really great thing to do, right? Just use, so this is not really premium mesh. It is a little bit more expensive, just because it's real thick. But this would be kind of a premium mesh. This one's kind of a maybe middle of the road, and then that other one is basic. So, yeah. Wonderful. I'm so glad. Thank you, Harley. Hey, Karen. Don't worry, Anita. I will make sure that everyone knows when I put it out. Hey, Lou. Whew. Yes, ma'am. I will put the butterfly sign out as soon as the kit's sold out. Yep. A llama wreath. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Yeah. The green and white mesh, check Trendy Tree. Trendytree.com. And just look up Snowball. It should bring up what they have. Oh, don't worry. Yeah. Thank you, Barbara. The decorative fabric is this stuff. So this is fabric mesh. It's good. It's kind of like it's a premium mesh. It's like cotton deco mesh. I love to work with this stuff. So yeah, I think this is a good mesh. It would do fine in this. It does fine with ruffles. It does fine with curls. Oh, the other green mesh. This stuff. Yeah, so the only place that I know of that has this stuff right now is Craft Outlet. This is called splatter mesh. Or it might be called snowdrop mesh. Hey, Carolyn. Thank you. Yeah, you can send me a text. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you've been watching me for 3 years. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I love this stuff. And I love this stuff. I wish I had more of it. I'm like hoarding it now because I don't have very much. Oh, is your daisy like Bella? I do have macaroons on my leggings, don't you know? So when I quit my job as CFO, I decided that my new uniform was going to be colorful leggings. Because I can. Thank you, Candace. All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful night. I'm going to take this down and show it to the mama so she can see it. And it's really funny because I'll end up here. She's a little delayed, so I'll get downstairs and she'll say, "You're still on." It's funny. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. Bye, y'all.